Heck of us. Come, baby. Come, Sky. Come on, come. Yeah, come. Come here. Come here. Come here. So just made a new area for the cows. Way off you go. Come. Way. So let's do a little dance. Do 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 So what was that? What was that? That was medicine. Probably the finest medicine, one of the finest medicines, is to simply feel joyful. To love being in your body. Make some sounds, move around. So, that video stopped very suddenly because there was no more. The battery had run out. So let's do that dance again. Very important stuff. And we want the cows with us. Can't have life without the cows here. So let's do it again, baby. With some electricity. And I think I've actually turned on the fence. So, and the end of that sentence was, and enjoy life, enjoy this very moment. So, sing and dance, make some sounds, move around, and enjoy this very moment. Life is so precious, and every moment we're not enjoying it is wasted. It's never going to come back. So let's do this dance again. It's very serious. With sort of a little bit more civilized clothes on. The cows keep moving away. Just get them back in. Go down to the end here. Okay, let's try. Do 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 do. This feels so good. So that was the beginning of our Sunday Shining number 8. So welcome everybody, and thank you for being there. And we're going to talk about what's on my heart today. And as you saw, I was pretty ecstatic, and these dancing videos, they sort of come once in a while, and it is really waves of very, very, very strong joy that comes out of me and just makes me want to move with joy. And I really, really want to encourage you, and that's really a lot of my message with these videos on both channels, my first channel, Katrine Rudolph, and this channel here, is really to invite you to let go and free yourself. Because we are so restricted. And why are we so restricted? Well, because that's what we've been for thousands of years. We've seen our generation after generation after generation, and also in a way it's quite logical, because beforehand, if you did that, they would shoot you. They would kill you if you stood like that. And if I did that in the middle of a city, oh, I could probably get run over because there's so many cars, but you're just not supposed to freak out like that and behave like that. It's just it has not been the thing to do. But as I feel, and I really felt this for many, many years, I just knew deep in my heart that we're creating a new society, we're creating a new way of being humans, and it is all arising from the heart. It's a new way of being. And you can see it really, it's very logical, because when you look over the earth and you see all the different cultures there have been for thousands, hundreds and thousands of years. I mean, the last 10,000 years, there's been very so-called civilized cultures with all their own beliefs and their own traditions and their own way of eating, and all this was built up, and we know that every one of these huge big cultures dissolved, fell apart. And now today we're living, well, 100 years ago it was very distinct, all the differences of the way we lived, and now everything is being mushed together because people are flying around in aeroplanes and we're moving all around the place, and everybody's mixing up. All the cultures are being mixed up, and the old cultures are really dying because they can't be sustained anymore, because we've moved into the age of oneness. And it's not that it's not that that was wrong. As I see it, everything that has happened on this planet has happened because this was the way it had to be. We've evolved, and we have refined ourselves. It's very beautiful. I mean, and that's one of the reasons why I wear the clothes I do. I love wearing dresses, and I love to just look as beautiful as I can in a natural way, just as naturally as. Just bring out my own beauty, because when you see these old traditional people, they were so beautiful. Even if they were hardly wearing anything, they had beautiful bodies, they had beautiful minds. They were warriors, yeah, for sure, they were, because that's they had to be. But this beauty and this dignity, integrity, shined from these people, and this is all returning. But it's going to return in a new way, because the culture that we are creating now is one that is not dictated by the chief of the village, because the chief of the village is God within ourselves. So we are creating a new culture that is a universal culture for the earth. And there will be differences, of course. Again, I don't know what the future's going to be like. I just know it's going to be very, very beautiful. And it's just so, I just feel so joyful about what's going to happen, because it's not, we can't think, we can't ask our mind, how's the future going to be? Because it's not coming from the mind, it's coming from your heart. So going back to dancing around like a maniac, or whatever you want to call it, is part of this culture coming out. We are to be free people who express ourselves directly from our heart. So when we dance, when we sing, when we paint, whatever we create, we are doing it not because some old person has taught us how to do this, how to do the dancing steps. We're doing it. We're being taught by our own inner teacher. And you can feel it when you allow yourself, liberate yourself to start doing these things. You can feel how you raise your vibrations so much, and you're stepping out of the old person you were, because the old person, which was so stiff, it can't understand you doing that. It's all heart, it's all love, it's all the love energy that's coming out through your body. So whether you feel like dancing or singing or painting or running or whatever you feel, it's really, it's expressing yourself creatively. Whatever you feel wants to come out, and let it come out. It's very, very, very important. And it is the wisdom of the New Ages. With our old mind, it looks stupid. This woman running around with some cows. Just a sec. Yeah, so just come back from a talk. People are awakening. It's so beautiful. The love is bursting out. So that was the first part of this talk. There's a little thing, practical thing. It's a big thing I want to just put into this video. It's a real mixture, as every time. And that's about my dogs, because some of you have asked about the dogs, and we don't have the dogs anymore. And they were put down because first the black one, Björn, he became sick, and I sort of maybe let it go a bit too long, but finally we had him put down, and we have a very lovely friend who shot him here, and it was so peaceful and beautiful. He has one of those old these old rifles that are completely silent, and it's just to tell you the story about our dogs. And Björn actually came and said hello to him, and he was very unwell, and he went and lay down, and yeah, he went, and while he was lying there, he just put the gun to his head, and they die instantly. And the same with Emmy. It was some months later, and she was actually 3 years older. It was his mother. So Björn was about 12, and I think Emmy was 16. So they were quite old dogs, and yeah, you just know when you can't take it any further. They just have to go. So it's and I can feel it talking about them. You just get to love them so much. But yeah, I did that when one of you asked about them, because the emotions come up, because you feel so much love. And what I felt Emmy said to me, who was the first dog I got, or we got, she came into our life in a very, really difficult time 16 years ago, where I just felt in our home there was just no joy, and there was no love. It was so bad. And she came in with all this joy and love. It was just so beautiful. And she really supported me. And when she was about to leave, she said, oh, she's not gone, because they're really here. They stay with us, the animals stay with us. They're just not in physical form. So often I feel they're, or sometimes I feel they're, yeah, they're lying around here. They are here. But she said to me, you can manage now, Katrina. You're strong now. You can manage without me. So that was pretty emotional. So yeah. So love and joy and the presence of I mean, our divine presence is this very potent energy, and it's all full of laughter and crying, and it's very potent. Love is the power of all powers. There's no power as strong as love. And so this video is going to become long, I think, but there's so much I want to share. So let's just go to the next subject. Oh, there's another practical thing I want to share with you, because maybe this video won't have any quietness and breathing. There is a playlist on this channel called, there's different playlists, there's many playlists, but one is called videos for relaxing and going within. And there's different nature scenes, and there's also one with a doll, the little doll I have, where it's about feeling deeply loved, and there's some music there. There's some different videos you can go and use, and So what I really wanted to go into now is the whole thing of awakening, and how we are going from this old being to this new one, and the old one is dying and the new one is coming alive. And for some of us, we're holding on very tightly to the old person because it was safe. And as I can see, I'm forcing people around me to awaken. I'm pretty I'm very clear with people, because I just don't want to, the BS. I don't want any more BS. And so someone who's very close to me, I might say, I just don't feel your love at all. And the thing is, what we have to do is to start bring the love forth. And for some of us, it's very, very difficult because we didn't grow up with it. We did not experience pure love. It's the and I felt I did when I was little, although my parents were in a lot of pain. I just felt I was hugged and I was loved. There was this, it's the elixir, it's the balm. It's a balm. Sending your love to another person, it's the divine presence within you, just sending this. It's a balm, it's this elixir, golden essence that you're just pouring over this being. It's so beautiful. I mean, it is the most beautiful experience that exists. And I hope that, and my wish is that with my videos, you're feeling the balm of love. And it's really your own love. It's not my love. It's everybody's love. When you go deep enough and you feel this very, 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 very beautiful energy, it is the deepest of the deepest you're feeling, and it is within yourself. And this is the way to go. We're going to have to open up this our ability to love, our divine being. We have to give it space. And when we give it, allow it, I'll just cough. It's wet today. So this very, very powerful energy, this elixir, is really who we are. And because many of us have not shown this to anyone, not ourselves, not anyone, it's not the channel has not been opened up, because we've been completely we've been caged in by the ego. It's like this very, very heavy duty iron box we've been in. And for this, as we awaken, and this iron box is melting and cracking, and for some of us we're just holding on very, very tightly, so it's a very, very slow process. So just going back to how I'm forcing people to to let go of that iron box, is that I just leave them alone. And I might say to them, I just don't feel your love. I mean, I'm sorry. I just don't feel, I mean, you might be saying many things and doing many things, but I can't feel your love. And all that's needed, if somebody says that to you, the ego will say, oh, she's bad because she's saying you're a bad person. She's criticizing you. She doesn't like you. Go and find someone else to play with, whatever. But what this person is really saying is that you have to crack, you have to open up this very, very heavy-duty box that you've been in, and just let your own essence shine through. Let go. Let go of, and that's, I think for many men it's more difficult. It's easier for women, because men are desperately holding on to what they have, because the whole thing of showing emotions has been a very, very difficult thing, and it just is a part of the masculine human, the way we are we live, it's easier for a woman to open the heart and let the love flow out. It's harder for a man, but we can do it, and we will all do it. The thing is, you need to help yourself, because you need to bring your awareness onto, why am I not showing this love? What's going on? So, going back to me again, the way I force people is I leave them alone, and after a while they might call. And I just had this very, very powerful phone call from a very close person, very close to me, who just, her love, her elixir just flowed all over me, and it happens very rarely. So it's so beautiful. So I might leave the person alone for a long time, and then I might just call and just be really loving and just have good connection, and then leave the person again. And that way, slowly they realize, I can't use Katrina for my addictive behavior. It's impossible. She won't be a part of it. So I have to, people around me, they have to, each and every one of them, figure out, how do I find the joy? How do I find the love? How do I find all this goodness within me? And that what this person was just telling me was that she realized that just being loving towards herself made the whole difference. And that's, this metal box we've been locked into is self-hatred. It's the box of self-hatred that's told us, keep telling us in our mind, if you just do all these outer things, people are going to love you, and that way you're going to feel love. That way you're going to have love in your life. It's the old lie that really is dead. It's useless. Because by doing outer things, being great, the love, the approval you got from others has nothing to do with love. And the love that is needed now is the one that you are feeling. Though it is, living in the ego is you're needing love. You're needing, and you can see in so many of these YouTube channels, people who are desperate to be loved because they haven't found this. And they're just trying to make so many videos to, and finally one day they're going to realize, oh, that's not the way. It's actually by connecting to the, it's by connecting to the deep place within me that the love starts flowing forth, and it is a love that is given. Give and you shall receive. Shine your light. Start, and so the love that is needed in this world is the love that you give. And by starting to give, and you can start with yourself, by starting to give love, you become a lover. You become the being you came to be, and that's your true self. It is the lover of all. And as you start to feel this flowing out of you, you feel the world is full of love, because that's what you are. There's no lack anymore. So it's so beautiful, and it's so wonderful. So we can be on both sides of this. We can be more awakened than the ones around us, and we can be less awakened. We're all on different levels, and it's all becoming more loving, and we all have work to do. This is an eternal journey. But the amazing thing about this time on earth is that this is the shift. This is where the shift is happening, where we realize that we are the lovers. We've not come here to be loved, because we are the lovers. So it's so beautiful. This was this was a real mixture, but it's really, yeah, I wanted to give you an analogy, because we have not shown love. We are these beings of love. We are God in human form, And human beings have held back their love because we've been in this egoic state. And so you can see it as a dam, that we've become this dam. All this love that has been flowing to us from the Lord, we've not let out because we've been in our ego, so we've been holding on. You know how in the ego you do hold on to everything so that you're not in lack? And the more you hold on, the more lack you are in. So this dam is nearly bursting because the love, you can't stop the love. So if you're in a situation where you feel very locked in and it's fine, you find it hard to show your love and feel your love, see yourself as this enormous dam. And there's this enormous nature area that's waiting for your waters, your beautiful pure water to flow through. And all you have to do is let go of your old self, and the water from the dam will start flowing into this beautiful big valley. And the valley that now is dry, that's the earth, is going to become an oasis when you open up your heart and let the love flow out. Let the waters start gushing down the mountain. The world is waiting for your love. And it's the whole thing of loving yourself and feeling self-esteem. You don't need that anymore. When you start showing your love, you are so empowered because you become God in human form. You feel so powerful because you know you're feeding the world with the best. And your love, the dam that you are, is completely unique, and it's special waters that the earth needs. And nobody else can give the earth what you give it. So it's so beautiful. So, and going back to the dancing, one of the ways to open your dam is to start doing things people might think are crazy. Just do things you love to do that fill you with this beautiful, beautiful joy. Feels so good. That's a way to open the dam too. So beautiful. Let's do a message, a Gabriel message. Okay, so while we're looking into this absolutely gorgeous heather, I might just open the window. Get some traffic sound in there. It's the Gabriel message number 19, and it's called "Without Patience You Can Never Understand the Meaning of Divine Timing." Dear one, your presence in the world in a conscious manner leads to the opening of the consciousness of all people. Your task is to carry the light of love and truth with you wherever you go, no matter what you're doing. Through this intention you will bring more peace and light into the world. Being a visionary, you see in your mind that which you wish to accomplish. It becomes your intention, as if you're taking aim, pulling back the bow, and shooting your arrow toward your target. With this clarity, you will surely reach your mark. There is, however, the question of when. At work in the world is the principle of divine timing. It is one of the immutable laws in the universe, such as divine order and divine justice. It is not something that you can push to make it go faster. There are times when you must wait upon the will of God in order to have your dreams manifest in the most appropriate way for the highest good. This requires patience. It is sometimes difficult to have patience when you see your vision so clearly. Often there is the desire to make it happen now. This is not God's will, but the ego's will at work. You might be able to force the manifestation of certain parts of your vision, but it will not feel right once this occurs. It will feel as though you are pushing the river. When all is flowing according to God's will, miracles occur. You can ride the wave of this energy and it feels effortless. And here's a practice. Imagine that you are at one of those points in your life when you want very badly to have a certain vision manifest. Let's say you really want to know, but you are struggling against let's say you really want it now, but you are struggling against a wall of obstacles. If you are mentally or emotionally tense, anxious and impatient, anything that you do physically at this time will be pushing at the energy already at work. It is at these times that you must step aside, even though it may be most difficult. Release your striving and turn the whole situation over to God and the angels. You can assist the manifestation of your dream by simply sitting quietly and breathing in the light of truth and wisdom. As you continue to breathe these balanced breaths, see yourself in a pillar of golden light. This is the light of peace, love, and wisdom that connects you with divine inspiration and the nurturing presence of the earth. While sitting in this light in your mind's eye, remember your vision, the dream that you want for your life at this time. Allow your dream to be energized by this pillar of golden light. Know in your heart that you always receive that which is in your highest good. Know that the angels are blessing you with love and wisdom. They are blessing all that you need to do in order to have your dream. Feel this loving presence with you, enfolding you in love and light. Feel peace permeating every fiber of your being. Know in your heart that all will come to you in perfect divine timing. Give thanks for all the blessings in your life. Give thanks for that this dream is manifesting in its own perfect and right time for your highest good. And as you exhale, release this vision to God and the angels and allow this energy to work for you. This practice will help give you patience and trust in divine timing. With a small amount of conscious effort, you can begin to apply these principles to your day-to-day living and create a life filled with more peace, joy, and love. This is the God's will for all. Call on the angels for assistance and remember to take time to breathe and receive the knowing in your heart that all is in the flow of divine will. Remember your message for today. Without patience, you can never understand the meaning of divine timing. And let's just get a card here. Adventure. So that was our message and card for today. And just to go over this, I could recognize that very much. That when I feel people aren't awakening very much around me, and I get impatient. Sometimes I'll say something. Sometimes I'll just go retreat into my little world, and I can really feel this. This is so important to keep coming back to myself, all the love and joy in my own heart, and just let it go. Let whatever people are doing, and if it's going to take them all life and they're going to lie in their deathbed, and suddenly that's what many people do, they awaken. Suddenly they realize, oh, I came to love. That's why I came. And it took them all their life. For some people that's what's going to happen. For others it's going to happen tomorrow. And what's important is not me being considered about or considering what they're doing, but it's to stay on my path, feel the love, and let my dam, let the water just keep flowing from my heart. So I love you all. I feel this deep love for all of you. I felt it so much the other day. So I send you all my love, and right where you are, know that you have come to bring the greatest. So have a beautiful Sunday and an adventurous week. Connecting more and more with your own divine being, letting your light shine. See you!